Alright everyone, welcome back again to some more Umineko. And unlike episode 1, things are happening a lot sooner and at a much quicker pace than usual. Probably because episode 1 was pretty much the setup to everything. And now that that's out of the way, we have the much more sooner appearance of Beatrice herself and, well, how she's affecting everyone else around her. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all happens and unfolds. So I'm looking forward to it. So if anything else guys, thank you all for the love and support and let's continue on. Alright everyone, welcome back.
Mama, おかえり。マリア、ママが帰ってくるの、ずっと待ってた。怖い魔女につねられたけど、我慢して、ママが帰ってくるの、泣かずに待ってた。マリア、ママを許して。ママを許して。ママは悪くないの。また悪い魔女に取り憑かれただけなの。だから平気。ママ大好き。愛してる。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。悪い魔女に負けた。ママを、許して。
Rosa buried her face in Maria's small chest, crying and begging forgiveness. And those tears dripped down again as they had countless times before. If only a brilliant sun had been shining on the two of them, all of their cares would have evaporated and they would have felt like they could begin anew. However, what surrounded the two of them was the worsening weather. The strong winds mixed in with the sound of thunder were saddening. Rosa noticed the sound of Maria sniffling. If she stood exposed to the wind for too long, she would probably catch a cold.
さあ、マリア。もうすぐお昼よ。ママと一緒にお屋敷に行きましょう。行かない。どうして？
Rosa thought that Maria had already forgiven her, so she never imagined she would refuse. But that expression on Maria's face didn't look like that of a child resisting her mother. So Rosa wasn't able to understand why Maria wanted to stand still in the rose garden, pointlessly as the weather grew even worse. Maria answered the question.
ベアトリーチェがね、もうすぐ来るの。だから待ってるの。マリア。
Rosa started to say something, faltered, and then fell silent. They had just gone to great lengths to make up with each other. She chose her words carefully, trying to get Maria to come with her to the mansion without denying the witch outright.
ベアトリーチェが来るの？そう。なら、ここじゃなくて、お屋敷の中で待ちましょう。いつまでもこんな風の中にいたら、風邪をひいてしまうわ。来る！ベアトリーチェは来る！そしたらね、ベアトリーチェにね、お菓子あげるの。トリックオアトリートするの。ジャックオーランタンのマシュマロお菓子あげて、ハッピーハロウィーンって言うの。
Maria pulled yet another sweet out of her handbag, mourning ooh ooh. Rosa was bewildered, not knowing what to do as Maria started being difficult again. Just then, there was a sudden and massive roar of thunder. It was probably a sign that indicated this island had become closed off by the storm and detached from common sense and reality. Therefore, as of this moment, all common sense would no doubt be useless. The wind blew even stronger, and in the middle of a blizzard of scattered rose petals, a figure appeared, leaving Rosa momentarily unable to imagine that this scene was from reality. No, probably it was. It had to be. Fantastical. Because that figure was shaped like... Oh, so she revealed herself even to Rosa now. And it looks like she's wearing a... Well, it looks like a school uniform. Could just be a uniform in general. Maria dashed over to the figure. Normally, Rosa would scold her daughter if she dashed over to a complete stranger. But Rosa forgot about that, unable to do anything but stand there, shocked.
久しぶりよ。元気であったか？
マリアは元気。魔女は風邪をひかない。
魔女は呪いにて風邪をひかせはするが、自らがひいてはなんとも間抜けな話よ。せいぜい自らが風邪をひくことなどないよ。これからも精進するがいい。
She patted Maria's head as she said this, smiling roguishly. Rosa couldn't have known the name of the woman who was happily spoiling Maria. However, Maria had called to her in the beginning when she had appeared. Therefore, even though Rosa had never met her, and even though she hadn't named herself, Rosa was able to learn her name. However, that name held a special meaning on Rokenjima and in the Ushiromiya family. There's no way something so stupid could...
ベアトリーチェ、ハッピーハロウィン。ほら、買ったの。ベアトにもあげる。
ハッピーハロウィン。ほう、これをわらわにとな。天国にも地獄にも行けず、煉獄の闇にてさまよう男の唯一の明かりも、こうして歌手となれば実に可愛らしいことよ。人の世とも、人ならざる者との世とも切り離された今のこの島で、これほどふさわしい歌詞はないかもしれぬな。ん？マリア。それはどうしたのか？
The witch noticed the sweet that Maria was grasping. It was Maria's candy, which had been stomped on by Rosa and had taken on a pitiful shape.
おー、踏んづけて潰れちゃった。ベアトは元に戻せる？
Maria deliberately didn't say that it was her mother who had stepped on it. However, when the witch saw the candy for some reason, she looked at Rosa and grinned. A chill went down Rosa's spine as though she felt this gaze could see through every part of her.
たやすいことよ。貸すがよい。
Maria held out the candy gleefully. Rosa could do nothing but watch this unfold, stunned. How could this person gloss over the fact that the candy was pitifully trampled in a way that could satisfy Maria? Maria looked as though she believed that it could be fixed as good as new. There was no way that could be done without real magic.
これは見事に潰れているな。さあさあマリア、目を閉じて思い出してごらんなさい。本当はあんなにも素敵なお菓子だったから。思い出の中のお菓子はいつもふっくら。だからあなたも思い出してごらんなさい。本当はどんなお菓子だったのか。
Along with those strange words, spoken as though singing an improvised folk song, the witch threw the sweet into the air. Maria had her eyes closed just as the witch had told her, and she was focused on remembering. The shape that crushed the candy had been... Oh, sorry. Therefore, only Rosa saw that scene. The sweet which had been thrown into the air burst into a gold color. No. Those were golden butterflies. It scattered into the several golden butterflies and they began to assemble in the witch's hand held up to the sky. And when they had, unbelievably, the candy had returned to its beautiful original form just like the time it had been bought. Only Rosa and the witch had watched that scene. Unable to understand the event that was occurring right in front of her eyes, Rosa stood with her mouth open, forgetting to shut it.
もう目を開けてよいぞ。受け取るがよい。これでそなたの歌詞も元通りだ。
ベアトリーチェはいつもすごいすごい。
There was a very bold contrast between Rosa's shocked appearance and Maria's innocently joyful one. Was that what the witch was laughing at? A smile floated to Beatrice's face, different from the one that she had shown Maria.
わらわの顔が、そうまじまじと見られては、穴も開こうぞ。ごめんなさい。
At those words, it hit Rosa strongly. Rosa knew her face. She knew it from the portrait of the witch. But no, wait. Was this mystery woman really?
マリア、この歌詞の代わりに、 そなたにはこれを与えよ
おお、手紙？
The witch pulled a Western envelope from her pocket and gave it to Maria. However, when Maria made to open it, the witch stopped her.
う。ならぬ。それを開けるときはすぐに訪れるが、それまで決して開けてはならぬ。大事に持っているがよい。そなたを黄金鏡へ誘う招待状となろう。
Okay, so this pretty much is like an alternative path, or for Battler's case, a second chance, because apparently she's dueling with this witch, so this must be like another reload, if you will.
黄金鏡！やっと連れてってくれるんだね！
大事にしまっておくのだぞ。誰にも見せてはならぬ。
守る！魔女との約束は絶対に守る！
そして、これはそなたへだ。
え？私。
She probably hadn't imagined that the witch would speak to her too. Rosa was bewildered by this second Western envelope which had been thrust before her. She remembered having seen that Western envelope before. There could be no mistake. It was Kinto's special envelope used when he wrote with his own hand and bearing the Ushiromiya crest. Moreover, it was sealed with red sealing wax. Yeah, why did she say second? Unless she's talking about the first episode. Do they have like recurring memories? Does she still remember the past life or something? And further still, it had an imprint which seemed to have been made by the head's ring. In other words, irrespective of what was written inside, this woman, whom Maria called Beatrice, was trusted enough that she was in charge of a personal letter from the current Ushiromiya head.
四兄弟の誰でもよかった。だが、ここでそなたと出会ったということは、金蔵のルーレットがそなたを選んだということなのだろう。ならば受け取るがよい。そしてその中身を、全兄弟の揃う晩餐の席上で読み上げよ。
なんですって。
Rosa looked back and forth several times between the witch's face and the envelope she had been handed. Today was the family conference, and the biggest object of discussion was the inheritance problem. So, she had joined together with Ava and Rudolph, and they had planned to force certain conditions upon Kraus to try to extort a prompt payment of several 100 million yen out of him. It was as if the witch could see through all of that. And when all of the siblings are gathered, what is she planning on announcing to us? With a personal envelope that no one but the Ushiromiya head can use.
マリア、天気が崩れるぞ。ゲストハウスへ戻り、昼を待つがよい。それではローザ、後ほど会おう。その席で改めて名乗らせてもらおうぞ。
The witch turned her back to her laughing, and headed off towards the mansion with an air of composure. Maria saw her off with an energetic reply and then dashed off towards the guest house, leaving Rosa where she was. As though she didn't want to waste a second in informing the other cousins of her good fortune at the meeting the witch. Ultimately, Rosa was left alone in the rose garden as the winds grew stronger. Unable to do anything except pray that what had happened was just a daydream. So this time, it's Rosa that has the letter. When the witch entered the entrance hall, Genji was there. With a respectful bow, Genji welcomed the guest who approached from the entrance hall.
お待ちいたしておりました。ベアトリーチェ様。
久しぶりだな、源氏。
So does this mean Kinzo will finally leave his room and meet up with this woman, or can he still not see her?
老いたではないか。
どれほどに老いようとも、家具は家具らしく。
晴れの妻が、 お前に嫉妬したことも懐かしい。金蔵は元気か？
大変お元気にございます。
The witch's laugh was probably because she knew that Kinzo's own doctor had told him that he would not live much longer. However, if anyone actually looked at Kinzo, his energy and vigor, which made it extremely difficult to imagine that his remaining life was really slim, might make it natural to call him full of life. Maybe the witch had laughed at that.
挨拶に行こうではないか、30年ぶりに。互いに呪いの言葉を吐き合うもよかろう。
As the witch grinned, she started walking, leaving Genjin behind. Her gait was like that of a family member who knew the inside of the mansion well. Genji followed her as though he served her. At that very moment, Kirie came out of the parlor. She had probably come out to fix her makeup or something. And when she saw Genji following the witch, she was surprised, although her expression did not change. There was a visitor for Kinzo whose remaining life was not long on the day of the family conference when the fate of the inheritance was to be decided. Furthermore, this person was well enough acquainted with the Ushinomiya family that Genji was following behind her. Kirie immediately realized that this person who she had never met before was someone deeply important. Kirie met eyes with the witch. Realizing that it would be rude to pretend not to notice, she greeted the witch.
はじめまして。
ルドルフの5歳だったか。
さようでございます。ルドルフ様の今の奥方様であられます。
From this exchange, Kirie realized that this woman was a guest of considerably high rank within the Ushinomiya family. And the fact she was a guest at that level, coupled with the face of the entrance hall portrait behind her, made Kirie's eyes wide in an instant. Oh, it changed.
はじめまして。キリエと申します。初対面でしょうか。もし以前に挨拶をしていたなら、名前を忘れてしまって申し訳ございません。
うすうすは想像がついているくせに、わらわにあえて名乗らそうというのか？
Kirie had thought she had given her a sociable and humble greeting. Her expression grew slightly cloudy at the openly oppressive response. It didn't seem like this was a person she could grow to like. But if Kirie's imagination was correct, this witch likely held a huge key to what her own husband was most interested in, and one that stood a great chance of influencing tonight's family conference. So she did not shoot back a retort and could only watch in silence as the woman went up the stairs to the second floor with Genji following behind. So everyone's gonna finally meet her now, huh? So when someone tapped her on the shoulder from behind, she was so surprised, she almost choked. It was Natsuhi.
キリエさん、このようなところに立ち尽くして、いかがなさいましたか？ごめんなさい。ちょっと魔女の肖像画に見とれていただけです。
黄金の魔女、ベアトリーチェですか。今日の後宮家の復興は、彼女が授けた黄金がなければ成し遂げられなかったとか。お父様らしい幻想的なお話ですね。
Natsuhi spoke of her in a usual way. She spoke from the position that the idea of a witch was just foolish, and that in the end it was nothing more than Kinzo's ramblings. However, for some reason that no longer felt right to Kirie. Just now, she herself had seen the Golden Witch come in from the entrance hall and climb up the stairs. So Natsuhi's choice of words seemed almost like a refusal to accept her existence. Or as if she was leading her to think that she did not exist.
ごめんなさい。少し頭痛がする気がして。
Now it's your turn to feel the headache, huh?
ちょっと休もうと思います。
あら、そうですか？なら、良い頭痛薬がありますよ。用意させましょう。
The hallway in front of Kinzo's study was filled with the scent of sweet poison, particular to that green liquor. Genji, who was completely used to it, did not grimace. And the Golden Witch didn't grimace either.
この中からどれほど出ぬのか。
すでに数年になるかと思います。
それほどまでに、わらわをカゴの鳥としたいか。哀れな。それを願うそなたが、今やカゴの鳥。書斎の亡霊ではないか。それに気づけぬとは、哀れな男よ。
あなた様と再びお会いする日までは、おそらく、文字通り亡霊となっても、研究を続けられるでしょう。
愛か狂気か猛襲か。
I'm fairly certain it's all of the above.
それも講じれば魔力となるか。悲しき魔術師よ。
The witch grasped the doorknob to the study. I was wondering, I'm like, wait, doesn't it have the scorpion charm on it? When she did, there was a sound like that flesh of burning and splitting open. It was the sound of the doorknob literally burning the witch's hand.
ベアトリーチェ様。
なんだこれは。魔除けか。あやつめ。こんなものに頼らなければ、おのがみも保てぬというのか。
その扉は、ベアトリーチェ様にはお辛いものと伺っております。私がお開けいたしましょうか。
いや、よい。あやつが勝てば、わらわは永遠のカゴの鳥。あやつが負ければ、愛に狂い、すべてを失った哀れな魔術師の生涯が、笑い草となって残るだけ。もはや金蔵もわらわさえも、ゲーム盤に並べられた駒に過ぎぬ。あとは、ルーレットの目が勝敗を分けるだけよ。ルーレットが目を見せるまで、わらわと金蔵が再会する必要はない。
The witch looked at her hand, which, although horribly burned, was beginning to heal bit by bit.
あるいは、そのための魔除けなのか。なるほど。それもまた潔し。すべては今や、金蔵のゲーム盤の上よ。気に入ったぞ、金蔵。そなたとのゲーム、楽しませてもらうぞ。わらわに恋焦がれ、すべての生涯を投げ出したローマ術師の最後のギャンブル。その散りざまを、楽しませてもらうぞ。
1 o'clock.
誰か。
失礼いたします。昼食をお持ちいたしました。
入れ。
失礼いたします。
Oh, she has her own room now? After receiving approval, Kanon entered the VIP room pushing the lunch serving cart. The servants called this room the Witch's VIP room. That was because they had been strictly ordered by Kinza to always keep it clean so that it could be used at any time. And yet, guests were never allowed into this room no matter who they were. That's why at some point the servants had started calling it the Witch's VIP room. Supposed to be set aside only to welcome the special person Kinza was waiting for, the witch from that portrait. And today, Kanon learned that this was entirely correct. When he entered the room, the witch with golden hair was gazing out the window. Outside, the rain had already started to gather strength. As she looked out the beautiful rose garden, which had taken several days to work to make ready for today, and saw the winds and rain ravage it, was she lost in some sentimental feelings? Kanon was not able to infer anything more than from her back that faced him.
お食事の用意をさせていただきます。ベアトリーチェ様。
So Kanon went out of his way to call out the witch's name because he wanted to make her turn around. He wanted to know. He wanted to know whether the witch who had tempted him and Shannon in the past really had appeared again. When he did, the witch whose name had been called kept her back to him and laughed in a subdued voice. Kanon was startled. It was almost as though she had read his mind and knew that he had called to her out of a desire to make her turn around.
良い匂いだな。どうやらクラウスは良い料理人を入れたと見える。
はい。近年入ったゴーダという料理人です。
料理の腕が良きことは何にも勝るものよ。美食は人の世で生きる快楽の山中をなす。千年を飽きぬにはこれを欠かさぬが秘訣よ。
Kanon and the witch's eyes met, and she grinned. There could be no doubt, not even the slightest. This was without a doubt the witch from that day, Beatrice. The witch that was once visible only to him and Shannon now finally held a form and had arrived openly through the entrance hall as a guest.
ベアトリーチェ様。
久しぶりよの。家具のカノン。
お久しぶりでございます。
Kanon tried not to forget the modicum of courtesy towards the guest, but dark clouds had begun to enshroud his heart because of the visit of the suspicious witch, and on the day of the family conference at that.
何をしに現れたのかと気が気でならぬと見える。そうであろう。
Kanon didn't force himself to answer. This witch probably reads minds, so it would be pointless to go to all the trouble of saying it out loud. Of course, even that rebellious spirit of his would be read. So the witch snickered at Kanon's childish resistance.
金蔵との最後の約束を果たしに来た。
親方様との最後の約束。
わらわは金蔵に山をなす黄金を貸し付けた。それを金蔵が放棄するとき、わらわは利子をつけて返却を受けることになっておる。今宵、それをもらい受けに来た。
僕には何の話かわかりません。
However, anxiety began to gather in his heart. This witch never had anything good to say.
違いない。魔女の話にろくなものはないぞ。そなたは正しい。されど、魔女とハサミは使いようだ。ソロモン王のように偉業を成し遂げる者も時にはおる。最も多くの場合は、童話が語るように、ろくな目には合わんがな。しかし、金蔵も食えぬ。わらわの利子の取り立てすらも自らの儀式に取り込みおった。わらわをも超えるとてつもない大魔術師か。さもなければ狂気に取りつかれたただの知れ者か。面白い。実に面白い。
Kanon couldn't guess what the witch was muttering and laughing about. All he knew was that anything this witch deemed worthy of laughter must have the exact opposite meaning to the rest of them. And rising to the back of his mind were the horrifying words the witch had spat at him in the past. Did you think I would lend them that power without any compensation? I'll lend a hand in love, and my compensation shall be one ticket to watch the cruel fate that the two of them will eventually meet. Even after 1,000 years, no better show exists.
まさか、お前は。
懐かしき 故郷を貫く鮎の皮。
Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. This has been a treat because finally, in this particular episode, the witch actually makes herself known to majority of the household now. It's only a matter of time before everyone else meets her. So we're gonna continue on the next one and see how that unfolds, everyone. So thank you again for watching.